Alrighty guys, hello and welcome. Today we're going to be looking at this Nate Herc YouTube video, and it's about creating anything with Sora 2 plus n8n AI agents. So I've been sort of holding back on working with anything to do with video generation just because it's always been too expensive, the quality wasn't there. But within the last 3 months, I think the with Sora 2 and VO3, now the quality's there and the pricing's starting to drop. So I'm going to just spend today and just learn a little bit about um, about how to use it and what use cases we can potentially use with generating videos. So for example, sure, we could do a lot of stuff with social media, posting just random short clips. That'll probably be good enough. But as well, from a business lens, probably it's a lot of their marketing. So creating a lot of their product ads, getting UGC content, that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to make sure everything's set up quickly. And if you want to join the journey as I learn how Sora 2 works, and then I'll eventually make my own n8n video. So that's the goal, right? So there we go, chat. Cool. So let's get into it, guys. Tell me if this is too loud.
So Sora 2 has been taking the internet by storm. What I'm going to do today is show you guys how you can use n8n to get 10 times the output, higher quality outputs, no watermarks, and use Sora 2 for 6 times cheaper than through OpenAI directly. So Sora 2 has some really fun use cases, and I love that it's getting people who aren't super interested in AI, but it's more than just having these funny, cool videos. Businesses and organizations are actually using Sora 2 to power their creatives, their media, their content, their marketing, all this kind of stuff. Not only does it create video, but it automatically creates the audio too. Just look at this Starbucks example.
And this is pretty amazing how good the quality is, huh?
Discover your flavor. So if you understand how to use this technology, not only can you save yourself or a business a ton of time, but you can make a lot of money. So anyways, today I'm going to be showing you guys step by step how to connect to Sora 2.
Let's just pause it here and see what we can figure out. So we've got 3 main flows. We've got a text to video. So what we're doing in the text to video is creating a video prompt, sending it to an AI endpoint, doing a loop until the video has generated, and then we'll get the video. We get that video and we set the video URL. Then we go to our second one. So let me just walk through that one more time. Hey, Nico. So we execute with a video prompt. We do a text to video. We wait until the video generation has been completed, and then we're going to get the video URL at the end. We then go into a second flow, which is image to video. So, hey John, in our second one, it's going to be an image URL turns to a video prompt, image to video, we get the video URL. And then I suppose cameos is where we're going to do part 3, combine it all. Let's find out.
In n8n over API. But then I'm also going to be going over these examples where you can do text to video, image to video. You can have cameos, so people like Mark Cuban or Sam Altman in your Sora 2 videos. You can create storyboards, so you can lay out different scenes and have consistent characters throughout. And then I'm also going to talk about prompting. So feel free to follow along. I'm going to give you guys this entire template for free so that you guys don't have to actually go build this yourself. You can just use what I have here already. And you can access that by joining my free school community. The link for that will be in the description. But I don't want to waste any time. Let's get straight into the video. All right, so before we dive into these examples, I want to start from scratch and show you guys how I connect to Sora 2 in n8n. So the first step is to go to a platform called Key AI, which is what we were just looking at over here. It's spelled KIE.ai. In the past, you guys have seen me use Fowl.ai, which is a very, very similar platform. Essentially, it's just like a marketplace for all of these image and video generation.
Hey cooking cookers.
Here. But here's the key difference on price. Fowl and OpenAI are charging you 10 cents per second of Sora 2 video generation, whereas Key's only charging you 1.5 cents per second.
So this is going to be a big advantage for using Key AI. So it's almost 1/10 the cost. Wow, for Pro, so it's 5 cents for 10 seconds. Cool. So they used to charge 30 cents for 10 seconds worth. Oh no, per second. So if we want to generate a 10-second clip, that's 45 cents. If we want to generate a 10-second clip with low resolution, it's going to be 15 cents. Cool. So if we were to create short videos, it would be 15 times 6. So because we're going to use 60 seconds, and that would be 90 cents. So it's about $1 per video, let's just assume.
So it's 6 times cheaper to make these videos. But of course, you're still getting the same quality of output, if not better. If we make a 10-second video, that's only going to cost us 15 cents. Whereas on FAL or OpenAI, that 10-second video would cost us $1. Anyways, the first thing you're going to do when you get to key.ai is go to your billing information and just make sure you have some credits. You probably have some for free when you get in there, but otherwise just grab $5 worth. It's going to last you a long time. And then on the left-hand side, you can see there's a section called API key. And we'll have to use this in just a minute or so, but just remember for now, that's where it is. But anyways, I'm going to click on Models Market. We have all of these different providers and options we can use, like Google Veo 3.1.
Let's check. So we've got Sora, Veo 3, Sora Pro, Sora 2 with watermark removal. Interesting. 4.0, Flux. Cool. Clean as well.
Sora 2 Pro. And for now, I'm just going to go ahead and click on Sora 2. And so this opens up a playground environment where you could right in here start to prompt Sora 2 and get your outputs right here, just to play around with how the prompting works and how the outputs look. But what we're interested in is using this over API. So I'm on Sora 2 text to video.
Hey, Tika.
And I'm going to click on API right here. And now all we have to do is scroll to the bottom, and I'm going to show you guys how we can set up a curl, which makes it really, really easy. You can see down here there is a request example, and you make sure you're on curl. And then we're going to copy this right here. I'm going to go back into n8n. I'm going to add an HTTP request to our workflow. And I don't have to configure this method, this URL, any of this stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and hit import curl, paste in that curl command that we just copied. And then when I import it, it basically fills out pretty much everything that we need. Now we just have to make
That's cool.
tweaks. So the first step
Hey,
is
Elvis.
to add your API key. So right here it says authorization, and then it says bearer space API key. And so this is where you would go back into
Hey,
API,
user.
go to your API key, and you copy this value right here. And then you're just going to paste that right there like that. And then you'd be able to access key, and this would basically access your billing information that you put in there. But because we're going to be making multiple requests to Key AI, I don't want to copy and paste this every single time I want to make a request. I just want to save this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll up a little bit, and right here you can see authentication. I'm
Hey,
going to
Ash.
go ahead and open this up and click on generic. For generic type, I'm going to go ahead and choose header, because you can see right here this is a header parameter. And then you can see I have all of these different ones that I've already saved. You can also see that I already have.
So just creating a reusable
make a new one with you guys.
credential so that we can reference it.
Credential. And remember, it's the same thing as we just saw down there. So for the name, we're going to type in authorization. And for the value, you're going to type in capital B bearer space and then paste in your API key. And then when you go ahead and save that, now you're connected to key. And you can
Hey, Yo Mama and Yui. How you guys doing?
that. And so now I have this saved every single time that I need to use key, which as you can see in this workflow, each one of these little workflows is one that we're going to be using.
Hey, Snowy.
So now I just have it saved, and all I'd have to do is choose it right there, rather than go back and copy my API key every time. So just a little fun trick. And then once you do that, you can just turn off the headers because we don't need to send our API key twice. But from here, what we have is the JSON body. And I'm just going to change this to an expression and open this up full screen so we can all look at it. So what we're looking at here is basically all of the filters that we're sending over. So now I just have it saved, and all I'd have to do is choose it right there, rather than go back and copy my API key every time. So just a little fun trick. And then once you do that, you can just turn off the headers because we don't need to send our API key twice. But from here, what we have is the JSON body. And I'm just going to change this to an expression and open this up full screen so we can all look at it. So what we're looking at here is basically all of the little filters that we're sending over to Sora 2 and saying, this is the type of video we want. We can see we have model is Sora 2 text to video. We have a callback URL, which I'm just going to go ahead and delete because that's an optional field. The only reason I know that's optional is because in this API documentation is what it's called. It basically shows you what you need to send over. So you can see the model, that's required. Callback URL, optional. Input prompt, required. Aspect ratio, optional. So you can actually go ahead and look at this API documentation and understand how you can change the behavior of the Sora 2 API. So I'm not going to dive too deep into that right now. If you want to deep dive, I made a full course.
Cool.
which we can choose between 10 or 15. And then we have remove watermark true. So right here, what I'm going to do is just change this prompt. And this is turning JSON body ready. So I can just execute.
So when we execute it, what happens?
It gave us a 200 code, which is good. It says success. And then we see our task ID is this long string. So if we go back to the documentation now, we can see what happens is when we make that request, Sora2 or key basically says, okay, we got this request, we're working on it. And so what we need to do next is actually grab that back. So there's another endpoint right here that says query task. I'm going to click on that. And all I'm going to do is copy this curl statement once again. So the request example with what we need. Drag in the task ID that we just got from the previous node here as a generic. As it comes back and it says, okay, the state is generic. Runs have taken 195 seconds, 227 seconds. So it may just take like 3 to 4 minutes for us. But this lets us look at all of our inputs so we can see our prompts. We can see all of the things that we've requested from these different models. So anyways, I'll check back in with you guys once this one is done. Okay, so let's look at all of our
credits
inputs.
consume
So
30 credits.
Equals success. They go to this URL. It downloads a file. And when I open up that download, this is what I get. So if I go ahead and copy this URL, and I just basically say, go to this URL, it downloads a file. And when I open up that download, this is what I get. Okay, that's pretty ridiculous. And first of all, what you'll notice is it was in slow motion. The sound was a little weird. And the reason why this all happened is because we hardly prompt this thing at all. If you remember in the request that we made, I literally just said a video of a young man throwing a coffee mug.
So this is probably the most important part. Hey, Sab Trader.
If you don't prompt it very well. And so I'll talk a little
bit
about prompting and how you can really get some cool outputs from Sora 2. But anyways, the point of what I just did there right up here was just to show you guys that we're making 2 requests. The first one we set up to say, hey, Sora, here's the type of video I want, that you'll give it to you guys. You could basically just input your video. So let me real quick start this request, and then I'll explain what polling is. So if you guys got into this template, all you'd have to do is go to this video prompt node, and right here, you could basically just input your video prompts of what you want to get back. So right here, we have the default example about a professor giving a lecture and explaining that Sora 2 is live. So what I'm going to do is execute this workflow. We're going to see this run. We can see what happened here is it makes it 2. So I'm going to the state equals success, which we get at the end is our final video URL. I did it.
Sora 2 is now available on Kai AI, making it easier than ever to create stunning videos. You can experiment, iterate, and bring your wildest ideas to life right from your lap.
Okay, and that's pretty good. You can see there's dialogue, you can see there's image in the video. And once again, we didn't even really put any best practices with prompting into play yet. So we'll show that near the end of the video. But let's move on to this next.
Hey, fella.
Right here I have this image URL, which if I open this up real quick, you can see it's a AI generated image of a fake curl cream product for your hair. And then if we go to the video prompts, you can see I'm basically saying a realistic UGC style video of a young woman with curly hair sitting in her car like that.
Cool.
Is just real authentic people holding something with a selfie style, video and just saying, so what I'm HTTP request to Key AI is we have the video model, which is not text to video. Now it's image to video. We have the prompts once again, but now we have a section called image URLs. We're sending over that public image, which the model appear what accessible file. So it can't be local. And then for aspect ratio, we said portrait.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Let's go ahead and take a look at this video.
I absolutely love.
We are watching the n8n's latest one. Create anything with Sora 2 plus n8n agents. So he's just taking us through how to create some UGC content at the moment. How you going, mate?
This curl. It keeps my hair bouncy, curly, and lightweight all day long. You guys have to try it.
Okay, that's insane. If you guys see what happened here, at the end she puts it near the camera, and this looks pretty much identical to the
That's really good
that we had. It has the same font, it has all of the words looking really good, and it has that little logo. One thing you'll notice though about Sora 2 right now is that the first millisecond will be your source image. Right now there's just not great support for this, but I imagine that will be fixed very, very soon. You can see there's the original image, and then there's the product appearing in the video. So it's pretty much the exact same. One other thing that you may notice is if you want to do image to video with Sora 2, you can't have it be a
Hey Aiden, how you doing?
It will basically tell you we can't do this because it's a realistic looking person. even if that person is AI generated. Unlike VO3, where you could give it an AI generated person holding your product in case you wanted that to be like your brand ambassador on all of your videos. And then VO3 could take that image of the person holding the product and turn that into a video. And that would help you sort of like leapfrog over the issue with the first millisecond being the source image, but that's very easy to crop out. But anyways, I think that those UGC content use cases are super cool because you could basically just keep generating those and it will be a new person every time and it will look and feel very real and it will look good for your brand.
So essentially, like, any e-commerce business now doesn't really need to pay influencers. They can literally spend $1, well, probably $1.50 to create a UGC content and just fill out their entire social media. It's crazy.
Correct. And once again, that would only get better if you actually prompted it. So on the Sora 2 app, it's kind of, like a social feed, and people have profiles. So what we have to do to use Sam's Cameo, because he made it publicly accessible to people, is we just copy his username, which is @SamA. So in our Cameo example here, I have @SamA recording a selfie-style
That's
video
crazy.
in the car explaining how gravity works in 2 short sentences. So let's go ahead and run this one, and it's going to do the same polling flow and everything like that. Keep in mind, you can also use cameos in your image to video generations as well. Right now, I'm just doing a text to video to keep it simple. But one thing you may notice with cameos is Sora 2 may be a little bit more restrictive. So I tried doing some crazier prompts, or I tried throwing in some other cameos like Shaq and Mark Cuban, and it was kind of rejecting my prompts. So it just may be a little bit sensitive, especially right now, especially with so many people using Camo this video, and we'll see what Sam has to say for us. So here we go.
Everything with mass pulls on everything else. That pull makes things fall toward Earth.
Okay, that was kind of ridiculous, but looks like him, sounded like. And what's cool is you can go and you can just generate all these videos, right? How cheap Sora 2 regular is on Key AI, I would just stick with this for now. But if maybe you do start to scale up this system and you want all of your content going out on TikTok or Instagram and you want to use Pro, then go for Pro. But anyways, for the storyboard, how this works is you're able to set different scenes. And like I said, you can
This
have
is cool.
characters within those scenes. And you're able to allocate a different amount of time per scene. Anyways, what I would do scenes. So this image, as you can see, is an AI generated image of sometimes having to go ahead and, your typical 108 taken 740 seconds, and I've just been sitting here staring at it and I'm getting bored. So let's talk about prompting a little bit. So there are people right now that are making a lot of money by going into like marketing departments and teaching them how to prompt Nano Banana, which is one of Google's image generation models, and things like Sora 2 or Google VO3. Because if you understand how to prompt these things, so much money, like I said, have in your video prompts.
So let's read this. So the prompts obviously have an overview. You are an expert AI video prompt engineer trained to design optimized prompts for Sora 2 video generation. Your role is to take a raw input concept such as a short idea, scene description, or video type and transform it into a highly detailed, visually rich, and cinematic video prompt. Transform it into a highly detailed, visually rich, and cinematic video prompt. Your output must describe a realistic, natural looking video that matches the input intent. Focus on optimizing for visual quality, camera realism, lighting accuracy, subject movement, and environmental coherence. Follow these rules. So this is the more interesting part. Always describe the main subject's appearance, clothing, age, gender, expression, motion, the setting, location, background, lighting, time of day, and atmosphere, the camera style, the tone of emotion, realistic, environmental. So you're just adding layers upon layers, it looks like. The prompt should sound like a professional cinematographer describing a shot to a visual effects team. Avoid generic or repetitive phrasing. Each sentence should add visual or contextual details. Keep the tone natural. Cool. So when ready, output only the final video prompt. Cool. So where are we putting this?
The one of the professor saying to its students that Sora 2 is available on Key.
Okay.
We have that exact same system prompt. So this is the exact same raw input that we gave earlier. And now what we're having the agent do is take that raw input and make it better and optimized for Sora 2. So you can see now we get this huge input. We get a lively cinematic classroom shot as a sequence of natural documentary.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so I'll check in with you guys when this one has been completed and we'll compare it to that video that we had earlier. All right, so this one finished up. It was a bigger prompt, so it took a little longer. It took about 300 seconds. So first let's watch the original one that had no prompting, just the raw. Okay, nice. So that's still not bad, right?
Sora 2 is now available on Kai AI, making it easier than ever to create stunning videos. You can experiment, iterate, and bring your
Cool.
available ideas to life.
Okay, nice. So that's still not bad, right? But look at this one because we had the best practices of prompting worked in.
Sora 2 is now available on
Wow.
AI, making it easier than ever to create stunning videos.
That's amazing.
All right, so I hope you could tell that the second one felt a lot more cinematic, and there was different shots, and there was like different scenes going on in it. So I just thought that that's pretty cool.
Mm.
And once again, the idea is all you have to do is give it the raw input, and then the AI agent that you prompt to specialize in making it into a video prompt is going to take care of that for you.
That is
So
sick.
yes, it's nice that we have kind of like a high level, here are some good practices for prompting, but what you would do is when you have your specific use case, like let's say it's your UGC ads, on top of giving it just these basic rules, you would come in here and really tailor this towards specifically UGC content video prompting. And as you refine that prompt and make it better and better, your out just the ICP, well, so for example, and sort of hint at a future video that may be coming, you could have a Google Sheet like this, where you have a product photo of your own product, you have just the ICP, you have the features of the product, and you have a video setting, and that's all you have to give it. And then your AI agents and n8n could take all of that and make the optimized script, make the optimized video prompt, and then you're just getting all of these UGC content videos pumped out automatically because you can have
cool.
10 coming out a day, 10 coming out an hour, however many you want. Okay, so the storyboard video that we generated together live here, it took 35 minutes, but it did
Oofed.
finish up. So let's go ahead and give it a quick watch. Okay, so that's pretty funny. You can see what it did though, is it was able to use our image URL that we provided right here. So this is the character that we wanted it to be, and it was consistent throughout the 3 scenes. It would now just be a matter of making these prompts a little bit better because all of these prompts had, not really the elements that we discussed as far as lighting, background, camera movement, camera style, all that kind of stuff. But hopefully now you can just get a sense of how those storyboards work and how you can control the scenes and timing to create some consistent character videos. The final thing I want to talk about here is doing some data cleanup. So something that you guys didn't see that happened in this step up here was our AI agent output this prompt with new lines. So we had new lines, and then also down here, you can see we had double quotation marks. And both new lines and double quotes will break the JSON body request. So as a best practice, you can use these expressions, which I'll show you guys in a sec, in your request to Sora 2. So in this body request, you can see I don't just have the output. Let me actually just delete this real quick. So this is the output of the agent, and on the right-hand side is the result. So you can see there's new lines here, which would break this, and then also we have our, wherever they are, somewhere down here, right here, we have the double quotes, Sora 2 is now available on Key AI. And so when we put in this little expression, it's basically replacing those new lines. As you can see, they got chopped off, and I'm not going to get rid of, this is line 1, this is line 2, this is line 2, quotes, code for getting wavy network guys in the description, JSON stuff, description. We've got 10 hours to beat, so I'd love to make it to the end of the
Cool. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and build this. So 1 sec. Let's see what is happening. Alrighty, so the first thing that we need to do is go ahead and look at key 2. So we're going to add a trigger, so video generation. Alright, so let's trigger this now. Manual trigger. Alright. And we want to do HTTP request. Cool. And then we wanted to do a curl command. So that would have been let me check where we go to get that curl command. Nate her.
So Sora 2 has been taking
All
Now
right.
you're connected to patient feed. Look at it. So it shows type unpeel. But up to the dot is at the first thing you'll notice about this step. Go to my logs. Right there. Basically, and when you're looking, and we're just going to do is copy this curl statement once again. So the request example, I'm going to copy that and grab that back. So there's another endpoint right here that says query task. I'm going to click on that, and all I'm going to do is copy this curl statement request.
Cool. So it should be somewhere down there. Cool. So if we go here, import the curl, oops, copy. Awesome. And then we need to create a header, I think it was. Header auth, create a new one. Oops. And we're going to call this key.ai, header auth. And then it's authorization bearer. And then I'll just use a simple one. Copy that. Should be bearer. Save that. Hopefully it works. Get rid of our headers. Do a little test run. Cool. So now we've got a task ID. And what we want to do is try and get it, was it? So I think we have to get somewhere. So we wait and then we get it. So he's saying, let's just put a wait for like 5 seconds. 5 seconds, and we do another HTTP request, and then we're going to get our video once it's completed. Cool. So let's go and find a example curl request. We import the curl here, whatever. We're going to choose our generic API header auth, and what was it called? Key bearer. Get rid of the headers. Save that. And execute previous node. So what will happen is 5 seconds will happen, and then we're going to have to reference, I think it was a task ID, wasn't it? So in our curl command, we can reference the task command, execute, the status state is generating, so we do a little check. If the video status is equal to, what was it equal to? Completed, I suppose, success. So if the is not equal to success, then we will go ahead and wait. So if the state of the video is equal to success, true. If it's not, then we'll go back and go into our wait. So let's just see that. Execute that, and it's going to go through our wait, and it's a 5 second wait at the moment. So the next thing that we'll do is check again. State is still in that. And while we're waiting for it to complete, let's just go set video URL. Cool. So what will happen is I'm just going to keep manually triggering it now until we actually get it. And then we'll see. Ah, hello Fetzo. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah, my haircut is quite nice. Okay, so now that we've got the video state as success, when I go here, it's going to go true. And I'll call this video URL. And it's going to be in this result. So we'll try and figure out how we're going to access that. Dot. So that's a result with watermarked URLs. What am I building? I am building a Sora to video generator. So what would happen is you can enter a prompt and it will generate a video for whatever your use case is. So for example, if you're a e-commerce brand, you could potentially have all your UGC, which is user generated content, automatically generated by AI so that you don't have to pay influencers anymore. But let's use a little bit of ChatGPT. So we'll use Gemini in this case. How do I this JSON? So how do I access the result URL? So what I need to reference is this little piece right there, temp file AI quick draw. Cool. So it's saying that JSON.parseResult.results URL is not working. Sometimes I feel like you just got to take a screenshot and actually will work. Here, fix it. Bro, Gemini is much better for coding. Do you think so? Like, compared to ChatGPT, do you mean? And thanks for the follow, dude. All right, so let's go and have a look. For coding, for JSON, for workflow. Yeah. See, I always use ChatGPT, but I'm just messing about with Gemini at the moment. Especially the other thing that interests me about Gemini is Nano Banana. So I'll probably try and play around with that a bit more. So what it's saying is JSON dot. So let's start again. So I want to access that. Cool, but I want to access the results. Result URL. The fudge. Let me just go check the video again. Cool. Yep, so I did that. Oh, so it's a array and we're just trying to access the outside. How's everyone going today anyway? Oh, thanks for the like, mate. See, that's what I mean. Like sometimes when I'm trying to get answers from it, it doesn't give me the best results. So you successfully used a JSON NATA expression to perform the JSON parsing directly within the expression, eliminating the need for a separate function. So what's happening is, this is our initial code. Access the value of the result JSON field, which is a JSON string. There is a inbuilt JSON NATA function that takes the JSON string and converts it to a usable. So we're passing the JSON and it converts it to a JSON object, and then we can just do results URL and we're selecting the first element. Okay, that's cool. All right, so now we have our video URL. Let's have a look at that.
Here's the exciting part. Sora 2 is now available on Key AI, making it easier than ever to create stunning videos. Nice. Exactly. Let's talk about what that means for your product.
That is pretty cool. Wow. Okay.
And that's the key transition point in any visual story. Now here's the exciting part. Sora 2 is now available on Key AI, making it easier than ever to create stunning videos. Nice. Exactly. Let's talk about what that means for your product.
Alrighty, let's go mess about with this. So, Key AI, Sora 2 API documentation. Key.ai. Cool. All right. So if I look at the API, what else do I want to change? Aspect ratio. Input aspect ratio. So let's go generate our video again. Here's why. I want to add the following. And make it a portrait. Fix this for me. All right, so what I want to do is I want to change the what do we call it? The aspect ratio. Okay, cool. So you just add it in there. Input. Cool. So we'll call this portrait. Let's see what happens now. So this will probably take a minute or so. But the idea is going to be, let's go generate a bunch of short videos for TikTok or Instagram and put a front end on it and then see if anybody cares. So the next part, I guess, that we're going to look at as well is the image to video generation. So essentially, we'll allow the user to upload a video. We'll allow the user to upload an image to this website and create the prompt, and then allow them to create their own marketing content. So all that we're really missing here is just the front end, I suppose. Let's go build the second one while we're waiting. Image to video. Cool. So this can be our. Huh. Thanks, mate. Thanks for the like. What can we do? So we can go. I don't know. So we'll call this just the text to image. To image. Generator. Guys, tap. Thanks, mate. Can't even spell. My keyboard's like. Thanks for the likes, guys. All right. So we've got our first little workflow going there. Let's build a second one. The second one is going to do the same sort of request, but we're going to choose a different endpoint. So we're going to do an image to video. What is the difference between, does anyone know what the difference between the Sora 2 Pro and just the Sora 2 is? Sora 2 and Sora. So Sora 2 is designed for general users and speed, while Sora 2 Pro is a higher fidelity version for professionals that produce sharper, more detailed videos but may take longer to generate. Sora 2 Pro includes professional features like extended duration, so if you want to make longer videos, advanced rendering, and may be accessed by users of ChatGPT Pro. What's the cost difference? between Sora 2 Pro and Sora. So Sora 2 uses a pay per second model, 10 cents per second, 30 to 50 seconds. So it's 5 times more expensive. But it's included with a monthly ChatGPT Pro. Wow. So Pro delivers much better results. I think $1 for a Pro clip. What is the difference though? Like, I guess if you're gonna create long form content, or if you're gonna have some sort of marketing purpose, that's probably why you want to go for the resolution, I guess. But my like whole thing is like I could just download an AI model that increases like the resolution of the lower quality videos anyway, and that would save me 5 times the cost. So the workflow would be I'll just go use Sora 2 to generate a video, and then I'll use a AI model to increase resolution quality. Yeah, so I'll just enhance the video quality with some other tool that's cheaper than that, and I'll save a lot of money. I guess it's probably just convenience. Cool, so let's see what our video looks like. So this was with the portrait orientation.
And here is the exciting part. Sora 2 is now available on key AI, making it easier than ever to create stunning videos. Yes, with just a prompt, you can bring your ideas to life in minutes.
Cool.
And here is the exciting part. Sora 2 is now available on key AI, making it easier than ever to create stunning videos. Yes, with just
Bro,
a
check
prompt,
Comment
you can bring your
API.
ideas to life in minutes.
Comment API. Comment API simplifies AI integration. So all API models in one API. This is cool, man. Thanks, dude. Thanks. So Claude 4.5, Nano Banana, 500. So what's the cost? So if we want to go Sora 2 API, cool. That's cool. Yeah, 10 cents. So the one that I'm looking at now, Key AI pricing for Sora 2, it's like 1/10 of the cost, man. So where is it? That's why I'm kind of excited about this stuff. Here we go. Look at that, man. So it's only gonna be 1.5 cents per second, whereas the other ones are like 10 cents per second. That's crazy. So they must have like a pretty big deal with these guys, so it's so much cheaper. Yeah, that's why I'm like actually looking into it, because it's finally becoming, I guess, affordable to like use in sort of those business use cases. Other one is Wave Speed and Lang Zhao. Let's check it out. Pricing. Try that. Wave Speed. Here we go. Cool, explore models. Sora 2 text to video. 4 cents per run. So that's more reasonable. And the last one was Lang Zhang, Lao Zhang. I think it's food. Cool, cool. I don't care about that. Translate, please. Dude, I don't know. I give up. But if you're gonna look into video generation, man, check out Key AI. It looks like affordable. Alrighty, so what we want to do now is check out the video generator stuff, right? So he sets an image URL and a video prompt and sets image to video. Cool. So what we want to do is look at this Sora to image the video. We can create a task using the API. Cool, let's search for the curl command. Copy that curl command into our n8n workflow. So HTTP, import curl, sweet. Turn off the headers, choose our header auth, which is gonna be Key AI, cool. I'll change it to portrait. Remove watermark true, image URLs, 6, so I've got to set a set image URL. Equals, what do we want to make? A coffee mug? Whatever. Rise and shine, fantastic. So copy image address. We'll paste that there. We'll just hard code it for now. It's a JPEG, that's fine. And essentially what we are going to do is copy this block here, connect it in, and let's execute the workflow. So just fix this up here. So what we're doing here is creating task, query task, cool. Creating image to video task, cool. And we're getting image to video task. Okay, so let's stop that. It's because we don't have a task ID. One sec. If I kept the, bro, are you using any personal memory tools? Memory tools like, what do you mean? What do you mean by a personal memory tool? So my thing has run out of credits. I'm just gonna load some money. Mem AI. Oh yeah, I did. I was using Notion. Notion was pretty cool, but the problem with it was just too clunky for what I wanted to do. Like it wasn't easy. I was using the getting things done methodology, but the problem was in order to do it properly through Notion, it's like you got to click a lot of buttons, set up a lot of things. That's pretty sick, man. So MEM is the AI thought partner that captures your ideas, meanings, and research and brings them back to exactly what you need to do. So remembering is so yesterday, getting things out of your head into MEM, that's good. Helps you use everything you save, understands and answers questions about your notes, do it more with MEM. Do you use it as well, or and how do you find it? Let me go ahead and add some more money to this stuff. So key AI, I'll do this off screen, 1 sec. Yeah, I've heard about Recall. Is it any good? So guys, I'm just getting some more credits. Recall is easier. Share any social media post it remembers. So the way I've done it is I kind of just I've got like ChatGPT and I've got different projects and I just have all my different separate conversations based upon, I don't know if it's social media, YouTube, TikTok, and it kind of like does the job for me right now. So just make sure. Let me just stop sharing my screen 1 sec, guys, so that I don't make any mistakes and you guys can see my details. Cool. That will be fine. So what are you trying to like, what's the end goal with all these memory tools? What are you trying to do with them? Yeah, but I was just sharing, we should share knowledge, right? Yeah, man. 1 sec. Oops. Sorry, guys. I like the memory tools, but I don't like tagging or markdowns. Mem and Recall do that automatically. Yeah. As long as, like, the only thing that I really care about is it intuitive to use? Like, does it make my life faster? If it does, then great. Otherwise, I'm not gonna, like, use it. Sorry, guys, we're almost there. Just gotta do a few more things. And then we can continue building out our workflows. Cool, so that's been approved. Come on, guys. Payment successful. All right, we can continue. So rise and shine. So I just realized that was your name, but upside down. What do you work on? Do you work on anything that's AI or? All right, guys, we're back. Let me just go and share my screen. So you're just learning. And do you come from a coding background or are you using just mostly click and config tools? And what are the biggest pain points that you're facing now? So while we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and execute this workflow again. We'll go up to here so I can just reference it. Make sure that, yep, so I've got a task ID now. Execute this. This is gonna wait 5 seconds. Hey, go Harry. Cool, so now we've got the image to video. I need to reference the task ID here. Cool, so we're gonna get it. It's still generating. And we'll just wait. Like I remember when I was first learning all these sort of stuffs, n8n for example, the biggest thing that I was struggling with was just understanding JSON once you get your head around it, it makes life so much easier about how you're passing data through each of the different nodes, connecting it to different applications. A big part of this is just, especially with n8n, is learning APIs and how they work, authentication. And I think the best way to learn is just keep hammering away until you get to it, until it like clicks in your brain. Cool, so let's go and execute this step now. Success, so our video is now generated. Cool. Wait, what? Come on guys, why is it taking so long? So it's saying success. Right, so okay. So this first task has been successful. When I'm using the second API to get it, it still says it's generating. So that's the annoying thing. I guess the image generation takes a bit longer than the text to video. That's okay. So this will be our second one. This will be our image to text to image. Oh, sorry. Image to video generator. That means this one here is actually our text to video generator. Cool. So we'll just check that one more time. Come on guys, let's hope it's done. 3, 2, 1, execute here. Cool, now we have a success state. When I go and use my if statement, execute that, that's gonna give me my image video URL, and let's see what it looks like. What the? What is that? All right, let's go see what went wrong. So we've got our image URL. Did we reference it here? That's why. So we need to reference the image URL and get rid of this callback thing, I think. Cool, save that. I'm just going to execute this workflow again. Oops, I did something wrong. Let's just fix up our image URL one more time. I hate when that happens. When you try and drag and drop into n8n, sometimes it just absolutely butchers it. Cool, so we'll save that. Make sure we get rid of the headers. Set up our generic credential types. Header off, perfect. Now if I run my workflow, I know, sometimes it's just like, does your head in. Cool, so at least we'll leave that running, and while we're waiting, we'll go and do the next part of the video. Cool. So cameos, do I care about cameos? Not really. Not really, no. I more so care about this storyboard thing. Okay, let's go check out storyboards. Thanks for the heads up about Common AI and memory. That was sick. All right. So let's go check out storyboards. And it's a Sora 2 Pro storyboard. Where's just the normal one? Why not? Let's just go mess about with this. So if I wanted to create a $10-second storyboard, we'll do a 15-second one. So that'll be like 3 different videos. Mess about with it. So Sora scene 2 will be, what are we looking for? Curl. We'll copy that into our video generator. HTTP, import curl. Just have a look. Turn off our header authentication. We use our own auth. All right. So the inputs for this one, what do we need? That's all I really care about. So we set a image URL. We set how many frames we want, 15. Image URL, aspect ratio, let's do portrait again. Scene 1. Cool, cool. Can you update this and create a third scene? So duration is 5. Let's check out what the image that they're using is. Cool, so we've got a little cat there. And so scene 1 is going to be a cute and fluffy orange and white kitten wearing orange headphones, sitting at a cozy indoor table with a small slice of cake. Blah, blah, blah. The same cute, fluffy orange and white kitten wearing orange headphones. The cake is now finished. Kitten gently licks their lips. Slowly closes its eyes and tucks its paws under its chins next to the silver microphone. The toy fish resting beside it, sleepy and content after the cake. Warm, dim ASMR feel. Yeah. All right, let's do it, man. Cause it's more chill, hey. I actually like Japanese stuff. Is that, can you guys still hear me, or is it? Sick. Alrighty, so let's see what the other video that we just generated looks like. That didn't even work. Alrighty, so do you do this as your day job? No, I don't. This is just for fun. It's so that I can learn new technologies, because I think that AI is going to change everything in the next 12 to 24 months. So I'm just trying to stay ahead of the game, I suppose. And once I learn, I just create YouTube videos and I share my knowledge with everybody who wants to learn. It's just a good feedback loop for myself. All right, let's move on. click the button. Pause that. I literally just wasted money. Okay, so let's continue on again. So in this one here, we're gonna use a storyboard API. And what we wanna see is 3 different scenes of a cute, fluffy and orange cat with some birthday cake. You are a fast learner. Thank you. I tried my best. Okay, so once we go get storyboard, task ID, and we will call this create storyboard task. So just save that. This is going to be my video generation demo. We're going to execute the workflow. All good, rise and shine. So just make sure that the task has been created. Cool. Now we are entering, so we can see that the state is in generating. As long as the state is not in success, we keep continuing this loop. Eventually it's going to give us a video URL. So I guess what we can do to make this unique is we'll have a form, n8n form. Triggers for form. Cool, and we'll have another form up here. What we really want to do though is take that prompt that he had, because it was really good. And we'll just paste it as an image, so extract the prompt. Cool. And create your own better version. Make it unique, but concise. Alrighty, let's see what we are dealing with. This is a AI system message for n8n AI agent. Can you make it better? This is why I don't like Gemini. Sometimes it just completely confuses what you're trying to do. Give me the prompt from the 2 screenshots. So always describe, there we go. Extend it. So what we're doing is we're going to create a system message prompt for our AI agent so that we get way better output. Cool. Now analyze this prompt. Make sure to say the output does not include new line breaks, as this will break the JSON. Okay, give me the entire. Update the prompt now. Sick. Okay, so let's create a AI agent. And we're going to add a system message. So that's just what we created. And we'll just use OpenAI. Cool. So this will be our prompt engineer. AI prompt engineer. Cool. I'll just give it some simple memory in case we need it. And what we are going to do is connect it. So I just thought about this. We could actually just have one form. One form with a check if statement. So we're going to check on something and we need more conditions, right? We'll use a case instead of an if. Switch route, whatever they're called. Add routing rule. So we'll have three different routing rules. So they'll be able to say, is this a text to video? Cool. Is this a image to video? Cool. Or is this going to be a storyboard? So let's just build that out. I have to wait till it's done. But that's the idea, right? So and this one here will be just the user input. Storyboard. I think because my generator, because this is running, it's like not getting my input. Storyboard generator. Cool, and this will be user input. Video generator. Generator form. Cool. So there'll be three options. Cool, and this one will go down to here. Save that. So we can see this has been running for 80 to 96, and 96 times 5. It's been running for like 6 minutes, 7 minutes. But it should be good. Okay, so on our form then, can we make the form dynamic? I'll save that here for now. Create a workflow. What I care about is if we can have dependent fields on this form. So video type. Option 1, option 2, option 3, and then image URL. Cool. Video URL. Text prompt. I think we can do something cool here. So n8n form, next form page, right? Okay, so cool. So we're going to expand our form, right? So this would be next form. So what we'll add here is we want the image URL. Cool, let's see our storyboard, by the way, guys. So that just completed. That's the image we used as our reference image, and we'll see what the 3 scenes are for our storyboard. That's actually pretty cool. All right. This tech is sick. Alrighty guys, so check what, so we've got image URLs there. Whatever, I'll just put another one there. So what's going to happen is the user goes video generator. They're going to say type of video generation type, and we have a text. Drop down, we're going to have text to image. Option 2 is going to be text to image. It's going to be, the second option is going to be image to video, and the final one's going to be storyboard. Okay, so in our check here, execute step. Cool. So we'll probably need a prompt there as well. Video prompt. Cool. So I want a cat with a hat. Cool, so that's going to pick up that. Define below prompt. Cool. I'll get rid of simple memory then. So that's going to generate a better output, I suppose. Cool. And if the form type is equal to text to video, is image the video and cool. Save that. Create task. So now our prompt here is going to reference that. Cool. I might just make it specified everywhere. I haven't thought about how to handle a storyboard yet. Scene 1, scene 2, and scene 3. Save that. Let's go test our workflow out, guys. So execute workflow. I want to do a text to image. I want to do a cat with a hat. Submit that. And then we can go watch it work live in action. Oops. Change color, green. Blue. So once this finishes, I think we've just got to make one more update to this thing here, this storyboard, and we will be good. So I've got a couple ideas of what I want to do with this, but this was just the POC to see if it was viable or not to go ahead and create videos. Looks like it's pretty simple though. So move this across a bit. Let's just wait for this last video to finalize. And then we should be good. If you're enjoying this stream, don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'll be making a YouTube video about this as well. I've got another one that I just need to make is before I probably finish this. This will probably take a couple days to put together, make a script, film, record, debug, all that good stuff. But if we could just make this one work, I want to see what happens. Just read the APIs while we're waiting. So a Sora to watermark remover. So these tools, Oh, right. So it's just getting rid of a watermark. Cool. Pro image, text to video, Sora to image to video. I wonder what else they've got. So AI video, Cling 2.5. We'll see how the other ones are, how good the other ones are. So that's 21 cents per 5 seconds. So it's 42 cents per 10 seconds versus Sora 2's. Hey Sam, thanks for sharing. Appreciate it, mate. So we've got 42 cents. That's clean and they're pretty good. And we've got 2.5. 20 credits per second is 10 cents. 6 cents per second. Wow. VO2. README. 30 cents per 8 seconds. Runway API. So I think Sora 2's. So Sam says, I'm at work now and I want to learn AI. We'll catch you again. Thanks, mate. Check out my YouTube if you want to learn AI. I create YouTube tutorials on how to build n8n workflows. Otherwise, have a great day at work, mate. Good on you. Bye. So our text to image video, text to video generator is now complete. Let's go see what it looks like. Wow, it's just wiggling its tail. Alrighty guys, I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. Please like and follow. I'm really excited about this Sora 2 stuff. It seems to work quite well. But yeah, so have a fantastic Friday, Saturday, wherever you are, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. See you later.